I want to tell you guys that I actually do have a food allergy. Or as my doctor keeps calling it, anorexia. I'm just kidding. I have a nut allergy, which is what I tell guys on first dates. Yeah. I go, sorry, can't do it. Throttle close, I'll die. A lot of women's laughter, not a lot of men. Not a lot of men. I'm just kidding. That can't happen, don't worry. But what if it could? That'd be freaky, right? Okay. Yeah, I have a tree nut allergy. I'm allergic to tree nuts, which is all nuts except peanuts. Because I don't know if you guys know this, peanuts aren't actually a nut. Peanuts are a legume, which is a hard fact to tell people without sounding like a know-it-all bitch. Especially when I'm at a restaurant, right? Because I'll look up at the server and I'll be like, hey, can I get the salad? And just like, no nuts, because you know I have an allergy. And then the server's like, well, then you can't have it, there's peanuts on it. And then I'm like, well, actually, peanuts are a legume. And she's like, I'll kill you with baklava. How about that, bitch? I can kill you with a sweet treat. How does that feel? Feels bad. I don't like it. Yeah, I have an EpiPen for my allergy. Anybody in the room have an allergy that requires an EpiPen? What do you got?
Shrimp.
Shrimp. Have you used your EpiPen before?
No.
Never? You're waiting? Just for a special day? Just the perfect time for a romantic evening? Yeah. You've never, so you've been pretty good. You've been really safe. You like check things. You're really good about it. Yeah, so, well, you've never used it. That's pretty good. Have you ever gone to the hospital for it?
Yes.
So you have gone to the hospital. How many times? Twice for it. So you go to the hospital. That's pretty responsible. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Ask me how many times I've used my EpiPen.
How many times?
22. I quit drinking and then I was just like, I gotta feel something. I have nothing anymore. I don't go to the hospital because I gotta feel something. I'm a little too chill with it. I am a little too chill. I think my parents didn't take it so seriously when I was a kid, and it kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. Okay, even to this day, I'll go to my house. My mom will be like, "You want some almonds?" And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right." I'm like, and you wonder why I choose men that don't like me, Mom. And you wonder why I can't keep them in. Anyway, yeah, my mom, what I'm trying to say is she did feed me nuts twice when I was a kid. But I don't like to blame her. Like, she is a good mom. She is. It was pesto both times, right? We're a classic Western white family. You know, my mom found out what pesto was in 2010, and then she would put it on chicken, and she's like, I've introduced the family to ethnic food now. Look how good of a mom I am. I feel like some of you aren't laughing because you don't know what pesto is. Maybe. Yeah, I've used my EpiPen so many times. I think one of the worst times to use my EpiPen, I actually didn't have it on me at the time. I started going to anaphylactic shock in a retail store, in a clothing store, which is not the place to have a medical emergency at all, you know? Because people that work at the clothing store are not really equipped for a medical emergency, you know? Like the biggest emergency you're dealing with as a retail worker is just the best way to tell a woman she has a camel toe in those pants, you know what I mean? It's still an important emergency. But yeah, I did have my EpiPen on me. It was scary. I had my eyes, you know, I started going into anaphylactic shock, didn't have my EpiPen on me, it was back in my dorm room, so I got in a cab really quick and I started panicking. I was like, drive as fast as you can to my dorm room. I'm currently dying. And he was like, why don't I drive you to the hospital? And I was like, I haven't hit my deductible. If you bring me to the hospital, I'll kill you and we'll both be fucking dead. How about that? Bitch, drive me back to my dorm room. So he drove back as fast as he could, and then I got out, I called my friend, she was trained in the EpiPen, so I was like, get ready, I'm dying, it's all on you, girl. And I was running down the hallway, my eyes were swelling shut, she was like, take your pants off and sit down. And I was like, why can't I find a man to treat me like this? And then I did, I pulled him down, I sat down, and she was like, ah, she stabbed me, but then she ran away really quick. She's like, I gotta go and wait for class. And I was like, oh no, aftercare, I couldn't find a man to treat me like this. Look left, look right, look in front of you. No, I'm just kidding, sir. I've made eye contact with him twice, and I'm uncomfortable. That's like very Minnesotan of me, you know what I mean? Just not making eye contact, you know? Anyway, I'll stop doing it. Now that I've made it weird, I'll keep going. I actually did use my EpiPen, guys, 2 weeks ago. That was the most recent. I didn't use my EpiPen in 4 years. I was on such a good run, you know? Used my EpiPen 2 weeks ago. Once again, it was pesto, right? But this is I know, but look, it wasn't my fucking fault. Don't fucking laugh, it wasn't my fucking fault this time. My mom's really trying to kill me this time. She's sick of me. She's like, you're 32, stop asking us for money. Okay. No, I was at a restaurant. They gave me a BLT, which is insidious, right? Because the ingredients are literally listed in the name of the sandwich. BLT, no nuts, you know? So I didn't ask, but then I took a bite, and I realized that, well, first off, the first symptom I get, right, when I go into anaphylactic shock is my mouth gets itchy. But I want you guys to know I also have really bad anxiety, right? So my mouth also gets really itchy when I'm at the gas station and the pump says, see cashier, you know what I mean? But in that scenario, I can just drive the fuck away. But not this one. I was like, gotta figure out if I'm dying, I guess, you know? So I did. I had to figure out if I was dying. I looked at the sandwich, and that's when I saw the mayo. It was green. And I went, oh, fuck, it's probably pesto mayo. Pesto mayo, which I do feel like that is like white on white crime right there, you know what I mean? A fancy mayo killing me, that's fucked up. That's supposed to be a safe food. That's my one safe food. And then I had to go get the manager, and I had to make sure that sometime, whatever, pesto, I was like, is there nuts in this pesto? I had to go ask the manager. But then, I have anxiety, so then my number one concern when I am dying is just like making sure I'm making nobody feel bad about it in the moment. I'm like, don't feel bad, I'll be fine, probably. You know? So he told me there's walnuts in the pesto, and I was like, oh shit. I'm back to the generic EpiPens, which is exciting because I don't know if you guys know this, you can get the generic EpiPens at Trader Joe's. It's quite exciting, yeah. Yeah, so Trader Jose's, epinephrine shots, chase it with a lime, very fun. Super fun. Yeah, that was about the laughs that I deserved. Okay. And then I didn't go to the hospital. I've never gone to the hospital. You've gone twice. I've never gone to the hospital. People get mad at me when I tell them that. Someone got mad at me after I was on stage. They were like, you should go to the hospital and don't tell people not to go to the hospital. And I was like, I'm not telling anybody not to go to the hospital. I would not take medical advice from somebody doing comedy in a brewery. You know what I mean? That's actually on you. Don't take medical advice from me, you know? You know what I mean? Like, I don't take medical advice from my coworker who prays in her car before work for good tips. I don't take medical advice from her, you know? I use judgment, you know?